Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So, today, there's no games to talk about. I haven't thought of anything. I haven't got any games to talk about, so I guess we'll just have to talk about something else. Perhaps beans or... Hang on. Don't know how this ended up on my doorstep. Well, I guess this is a good time to talk about it. Lego Star Wars and the GBA. You know, I was expecting this game to be much worse. Often with Game Boy ports of console games, they're just 2D versions and completely different to the home console counterpart. Think like the Spongebob Game Boy games, stuff like that. But this one, however, stays very true to the home console version. It features a top-down display which makes the game seem as close to the console as possible. I'm not a big fan of it though, because they tilted the design, so you kind of don't know what direction you're going in when you're pressing the D-pad, and the D-pad on the Game Boy Advance is bad enough already. This also makes fighting in the game tricky, as you don't know what direction to point in to defeat the enemies, and you have to be pointing the exact direction, unlike if you had an analog stick or whatever. To my disappointment, the game doesn't allow you to have infinite lives like in most LEGO games. It goes with the 3DS route of making you start the level again every time you die. Luckily there are a few save points where you can respawn from, but it's less convenient than respawning right next to where you died. Upon loading up the game, you can choose between episodes 1, 2 and 3. The levels are quite faithful to the console versions, or at least the ones I can get to because of the clunky controls. Luckily, whoever used to own this game had left their save states on here, so I could just jump ahead a bit. Of course, there's no Cantina hub world in the game like the later entries because of the lesser power of the GBA. However, there is a free play mode which... Most levels open with cutscenes, if you can even call them that. They just show a few pixelated screenshots from the console cutscenes. Don't get me wrong though, this is better than having no cutscenes at all. And each level contains hidden areas and collectibles, as well as this random guy. I'm not sure what he wants you to do though. Studs are of course involved like basically every LEGO game, and they're used as a currency throughout the game. The game only allows one character on the screen at a time, so you must press the select button to switch between them. A and B are for jumping and fighting, while the two shoulder buttons are for the force attacks and accessing things. I was surprised to see everything here, as I was expecting some moves and attacks to be gone from the game due to the lack of buttons. You can see where the game had to cut some costs here and there. Many characters use the same models in later levels when they should have new ones, and many levels are cut out. This all makes sense with the GBA's lack of space, but most people wouldn't notice. Comparing the DS port to this, if I was stuck on a deserted island with only one of these games, it would have to be the DS version. It just has more to do, while this one, once you've completed the story, you have nothing to do apart from free play, which no one really uses anyway. The DS version at least lets me stroll endlessly through the Cantina for the rest of my miserable life listening to the Cantina band song. The battery ran out. The GBA game, however, has some great features, and was the best they could do on the GBA's hardware. The DS is miles better. This game has a certain charm that I really like. It seems so different and unique to the console version, while the DS version is just a crappier version of the console edition. Okay, now that I've finished reviewing this game for some reason in the middle of a supernatural threat, let's try and dispose of this haunted Game Boy cartridge. Get this over with. Where am I?